Phoenix Institute this summer. And for the first part of this next session, you don't need any materials. So don't worry about your packets. Just sort of sit back and we're going to have a conversation about Institute staff performance. Sit back, relax. This is what we're going to cover over the next 30 minutes or so. And like I just said, we're going to be talking about Institute staff performance. And so I want you to think about this in two ways. Your own performance as an individual contributor at Institute, and then the performance of those that you are managing as leaders of our Phoenix and Chicago Institute. So at a couple points throughout the session, I'll try to explicitly point that out, but I'd just love for you to have that in your mind as we're going through this. I also want to acknowledge upfront and apologetically that this is a session where I'm going to be doing a lot of talking at you. It's a pretty talk-heavy session. This session will also be delivered at All Staff Conference for our entire staff, and it will be a talk-heavy session there as well, so just want you to have that in your mind as we get started. So, one exciting thing about this session, I think, is that it's new for everyone in the room. It's new for Institute returners. It's new for those of you that are coming back to Institute for maybe the first time. The reason why we are having this session today, and again at All Staff Conference, is because we realize that there really is a need to communicate very clearly and proactively with our summer staff the expectations that we have when you join our summer staff. We've seen in previous years that this has been communicated somewhat inconsistently across institutes, and that really that can lead to significant challenges if and when there are performance challenges at Institute. So as such, our human assets team and our legal affairs team have really spent the last couple of months thinking about what we should communicate about joining our Institute staff to the summer to you all and to the people that you are going to be managing. That said, I want to stress here as sort of a tone setter for the conversation that serious performance challenges at Institute happen infrequently. And we don't expect that to be any different this summer. Okay, so hopefully that'll maybe like lighten the mood in the room a little bit. Still, we're putting these systems into place so that if and when they do happen at our institutes this summer, we've already talked about it, and so that any outcomes as a result of those challenges will happen consistently within institutes and across all 7 of our institutes this summer. So, let's get started. First by talking about what we see as the very real benefits of joining our team for the summer. So hopefully these are all of the great reasons why you have chosen to be in this room with us today. I'm going to give you a moment just to read this slide. Share with the group?
I mean, you make partnerships with people that you might not necessarily have done in the past and still be close friends with a lot of people I work with.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Partnership and relationship building, I think, is something that a lot of us really value about our Institute staff experience. Rachel?
I'm sure this is implicit in most of the bullets, but I mean, really directly, like, whatever your current job is, going to Institute is going to make you better at it when you return.
So some very real professional development in terms of enhancing your own skills for the job that you're currently doing, whether it's as a teacher, whether it's as a Teach for America staff member, whether it's outside of education entirely. What about for those of you in the room that are new Institute staff members? Are there things that inspired you to join our team this summer that you don't see reflected here or haven't already heard? Just want to give you a chance to share as well. Fair enough. So let's move next into the responsibilities that we have as being Institute staff members. These are really the specific expectations that we have for how staff will engage in their work and how they will interact with the Institute community at large. So again, I'm going to give you a moment to read through this slide on your own. questions about these responsibilities that we're sharing with you today? Please don't hesitate to ask if you would like some clarification. Okay. So now let's move into the policy that I referenced earlier that we have put into place for this year to help us deal with challenges that may arise at Institute. And we're calling this the fair warning policy. The definition of this policy is that this is the system by which staff members will be informed verbally by their manager and or their SMDI that they have breached the culture of Institute, failed to meet the objectives of their role, or to adhere to employment policies and or had a behavioral offense. It's a bit of a mouthful, but I really want to emphasize that this is actually the same thing that we have seen our effective Institute staff members do all along, which is be very open and very transparent with their staff when something has happened that they believe to be a breach in the expectations that we have for our Institute culture and for how we do our work together. I want to say one other thing about the fair warning